affairs analyst, Amichai Stein, joining us from West Jerusalem. And Amichai, at the same time as we're seeing all of this news about these reforms to the judicial system in Israel, we're also seeing a significant escalation of violence in the West Bank. Is there any connection?
No, there is no connection between the two. The one is an issue that the Israeli government wants to proceed with, go as fast as they can and finish this judicial reform even before the Knesset, the Israeli parliament, goes into recess during the autumn. So this is one thing on the table in Israeli government. This is the thing that is most occupying them right now regarding the judicial issues, to get this judicial reform moving as fast as they can. What's going on in the West Bank is a different thing at the end. You know, the Israeli government would be happy that it will be quiet in the West Bank, so we won't see any incidents, any terror attacks inside Israel. So these are two different things and are not connected in no way at the end.
Talk us a little bit through the opposition to these reforms. We've just talked a little bit about them there, but what are the main objections that we're hearing?
So the main claim is at the end that the Israeli Supreme Court will be a non-court because, first of all, any law which will be problematic and the judges decide that it is problematic, then the Knesset can rewrite this law again and approve it with a simple 61 majority. This is one thing. So they're saying the court won't defend a small citizen in cases where the law is illegal or, let's say, is very problematic. The second thing, right now, the judicial reform wants to cancel something that in Israel is called visibility, meaning that the court has the power to cancel things, even if they are, let's say, like the law, but there is a reasonable reason to cancel them. And this might cause a problem for, again, a lot of citizens or a lot of parties from the opposition, which will come to the court. And this court, right now, the Supreme Court had this massive tool, which it can cancel things that he thinks are not reasonable or against the law. And now they want also the Knesset to demolish this. The third thing is how to appoint the judges. The new idea of this judicial reform says that the politicians will have the power to appoint the judges. Up until now, you had Supreme Court judges inside the committee and members that are lawyers inside. So the politician needed other people to approve judges. Now they want to change the structure of the committee so the coalition will have the power to decide who will be the judges.
Now, the arguments to these proposed reforms are being heard loud and clear out on the streets, literally through megaphones. But Amichai, is there any constructive or positive changes in these reforms?
Right now, really no, because at this point, the coalition, Netanyahu and Justice Minister Yair Levin are saying, we are not going to change the structure of the law that we suggested. But the talk is it will stay like this at least until the first vote in the Knesset. You have usually 3 votes. Until the first vote, nothing will change. The person who is trying to find some solution or some compromise is Israeli President Yitzhak Herzog. He's talking to all sides now, and he's suggested some kind of a proposal saying, let's put this law into deep freeze for 2 weeks. The two sides, the opposition and the coalition, will sit down to find some compromise. And then if there's a compromise, we'll move to compromise. If no, the law will have to continue as it is. So there are people who are trying to find a way to make the two sides sit together and try to form something that they agree on. And by the way, you have the factor of the world countries, because you saw Secretary Blinken this week, the US Secretary of State, visiting Israel, saying we need a democracy in Israel, but the best thing to choose law is by consensus, meaning the US, the European countries are looking at what's going on here and started pressuring Netanyahu to change things inside the law. Will it help? At this point, we don't know. We do know that Netanyahu is saying to some of them, it won't come out from the oven the same way it goes in, but still we need to wait because the public declarations now from Netanyahu and his justice minister, this is the law and this is the law to stay.
Amichai Stein, Israel Affairs Analyst, thank you.
Thank you very much.